this video I said I'm going to be back testing GU and EU, so let's fucking get into it. So first of all I'm going to start by drawing the levels. So I'm going to do it really quick. I'm not going to piss about measuring pips or anything, I'm just going to do it very quick. Okay, right there. No, I don't like that. Let's do this. Right, let's do that. So I want to do it from here, all this. And I want to do the same EU. Right, let's do this. Right, I'll just mark the levels off. Peak. 1, 2, 3. Boring as fuck, am I right? Same fucking shit. Peak. 1, 2, 2, 3. No, this won't be a peak. Cause that hit 3 times ADR. This. How would you know it wasn't a peak when you were there? Let's have a look. For me, this isn't a peak because level 3 just shoves it down and it just straight rises. Level 3 shoves it up and then it has 2 shit sessions at the top and this has 1 session at the bottom. So it's hard to identify. Sometimes there's a peak and the peak needs to be a faster move like that and just 1 session straight out. It hung around here for 2 sessions. Two, 3. Right, in fact no, I wanna redo that. That would have been a peak. And you would be looking for level 3 here. But as soon as the 13 EMA on the 4 hour goes through the 50 EMA on the 4 hour, that's a reset. So that's a straight reset. That's a reset slash peak. So all this is level 2. And you get your reset. Just gonna call it a peak. But the ADR down here could have been different. In all here, the ADR could have been different. So it's hard to tell really. But that is a peak slash reset. And that's a peak. Because it actually did hang around for 2 sessions. Now I look at it. So we're wrong. peak 1 2 3 1 2. So they never. It might never not do 1 2 3 1 2 3. It might go 1 2 3 level 1 reset 1 2 reset 1 2 3 peak 1 2 3 peak 1 reset 1 reset 1 2 reset 1 2 3. You get me? And this is just a pure example of that. It goes 1 2 and then reset peak. And then it does 3 levels of drop. Then we're looking for a peak here. Now I'll just so sorry there. So we've got GU done up. So let's have a look at EU. Yeah, it's a bit dirty if I'm honest with you. All that consolidation, I do not like that. Yeah, fuck it. Right, what's that? How much pips is that? So back here, I know for a fact, after all this consolidation here, the only reason it's got 120 ADI is because it's been dropping like a son bitch because of fucking, because of the third world war, well, the third world country war that they're using to build long positions. Oh, who knows? This war could really affect the markets. But for me, it's just something like the Rona dump. Where's Rona? There. Wow. No, that isn't the Rona dump. That's just a gap. That's Rona dump. If I know. Where's Rona dump? Where's Rona dump? Here's the Rona dump. So boom. It looks something like the Rona dump. Boom. Rona dump. Boom. You get me? And they've used it as a means to recover their liquidity. Guarantee there'll be vector candles there. Yeah, look at all that. Just came down to scoop their liquidity back up. It isn't because the war's affecting it. It isn't because of that. It's because they have bigger term goals and they want to push Euro up. And they saw an opportunity to cover all their shorts and stop all the people out and get all the buy contracts. Unless it violates under here, I'm not seeing a reason it should go short. But I don't give a fuck about the forex pairs. I don't give a shit if this goes to 0.01. I don't speculate on forex. I speculate on crypto. But same with that. I don't give a fuck where Bitcoin goes. You just got to manage your risk accordingly. Cut your losses when you're wrong. And you, as a trader, you have to always know that you can be wrong. This is, you know what I mean? This is a hard right of the chart, they call it. You do not know what's going to happen. You can only use the left to give an indication of what's going to happen. So anyway, back to EU. So this for me is just a means to get more buy contracts and get people to commit to the short side like they did in Rona. So fucking off topic. I could ramble about this shit all day. So peak and up here the ADR wouldn't have been 120 like I said. It would have been 80. So you can see level 1. See level 2. Level 3. Peak. Now, when you got down here, the ADR was probably, see what it went up to. The ADR was probably 100 because it had a volatile move. The ADR would have increased, but there was no volatility. The ADR would have flattened out and went down. So you just got to keep that in mind. So level 1. Two and 3. Then peak 1. Now the ADR here would have been probably 120. Yeah. peak. That's all level 1 that. Click it, bitch. There we go. Oh, like that. Right, now. You can't make this shit up. I'm ignoring, if you guys look. I'm ignoring these because they were just false move to the downside. Level 3 didn't start until here. That was just a false move. Level 3 didn't start till there. And there you go. Oh. So yeah, level 3 they extended it by about 80 pips. That's fine. In fact, you know what, I'm gonna do that. Probably they extended it by around like 80 pips, and that's expected in level 3. People would have been expecting it to end there to get the real ADR, but they shoved it down again. Well, people would have been thinking there. They just shoved it down again. Shoved it down again. To get all their long positions, see them red candles, they're buying there. Everyone else is selling. How do you get profit when you're long and the retail short? You reverse price, that's what you do. They're doing it right here. Well, like I said, Forex is, I don't really. I prefer I day trade it, so I don't really give a shit what it does long term. Like, could come up to level 3, hell, it could reset here. Who the fuck knows? But with my vision, I'm looking for level 3. So yeah. Right, so now we have, well, I'll draw levels out here as well. So as well back here, when the price wasn't volatile, it would just go sideways, boring as fuck. It would have been around an 80 pip ADR. So let's see. Yeah, that's probably level 1 or level 2. Then level 2 stretched all the way over there. That's a big level. That is a. Yeah, I wouldn't even mind that level. Me, I don't really look for the level flips. I look for the W to the next level, and if it don't flip, I'll get shit. Cause I'm normally out before it tries to break it. That was just a big contract built. Some people would say there's congestion in the market. The buyers aren't buying, the sellers aren't selling. Nah, they're gathering contracts, anticipating something else. That's all it was. So then you get level 3, 80 pips, yeah. Probably ADR 80 pips right there. Level 3. Right, so now we've got the levels mapped out. How do you trade this? So for my strategy, I look for a W. The first leg needs to be nice. It needs to come up. It needs to finish above the 13 EMA. I'm going to I'll just get you a fucking. In fact, I can just show you a perfect one. Right here. Right. Yeah. No, that ain't perfect whatsoever. Euro GBP had a nice one here. Right, so I'm looking for a W formation in level 1, 2, level 1 and 2, and at the peak. And when it's dropping, it's the same thing. At the peak, I'm looking for an M. At level 1, I'm looking for an M. And at level 2, I'm looking for an M. And I will also trade an M in level 3 if it's So say price were going up and it printed the first leg of a W and it came in like this, it did another W, I would trade that W to the top of the peak. So as I was saying, I look for a W formation and the certain criteria it has to meet or I ain't placing it. So firstly, it has to do a nice leg. It has to finish outside of the volatility band. This is a big thing. See how the green line goes outside the volatility band. The blue line's the volatility band. Came up. It finished above the 13 EMA, which is the catch up. It finished below the 13 EMA. Trapped volume. Took the shorts out. The longs out even. Didn't release the volume at the bottom of Monday. False move Monday. New York, London pinned the high. Finished out the catch up. And it finished back in. And notice how on the second leg of the W, it was above this yellow line. It has to be above this yellow line on the second leg or the W, or there's no trade. There is not a trade to be taken. Now, another criteria is this. You might say, why is this a W? It doesn't come down here. This is what you call a half Batman. So imagine Batman, and he has big fat spiky ears, doesn't he? A half a Batman. So picture Batman's head upside down. It do that. Then it should, but it doesn't. It does half a Batman and comes up. Now that's a W, and it's to trap the volume more. They didn't want to free these guys up, so they did half a Batman and moved. Now that sounds silly, but that's just what it is. Right, so this is another criteria. When you go to a shop, let's go back down. When you go to a shop, guys, you want a sale, don't you? You don't want to pay retail for anything. You want to negotiate either a price or get a sale. And this is what the fib's for. This is the only way you use a fib. I always do that the wrong way. So if you're looking for a long, you need to start the fib at the bottom. If you're looking for a short, you start at the top. So here, text, go away, fib. On this is, I need to explain this. So it finished outside the 13 EMA, finished below it. The candle finished there. Then the next candle finished above it. So I'm looking out the band, in the volatility band, in the band. The TDI has to be above the market baseline, which it is. Then on your shift candle, which is this candle here, you'll look for a 30% discount. So if the ADR is 60 pips, let's say, if it's above 20% of the ADR, so that means if it's a 16 pip candle, you look for a 50% retracement. And if you're looking for, if it's anything below 20%, you look for a 30% retracement. If I don't get even if it's a 4% ADR candle, say it does it's a 2 pip candle. If it doesn't do the 30% pullback into it, I ain't getting in. I'm looking for a discount. I ain't paying retail for shit. Right? You get that? Right, so when it comes down to the 30, right, let's measure this candle. So yeah, it's a 19 pip candle. That's a third of the ADR, so it's 30% of the ADR. So you're looking for a 50% retracement. You got the 50% retracement. I mean, I wouldn't put a pen in there because the spread might not take it. I'd just be watching it as soon as it gets close to it around there. Fire the market order. Fire that bitch. Then you're looking for a 1-to-1 risk reward. So, question is, where's the stop loss? Right, the stop loss is wherever you entered. Say you entered there. It's 1 pip under the shift candle plus spread. So you got a 10 pip you get 10 pips there. You got 1 pip. I like to go 1.5 pips. Then spread on Euro GBP is like 0.5. So you'd have a 12 pip stop. Yeah, like 2 pips under it, and what, a pip and a half for breathing room, and half a pip for the spread. And just in case come to the bottom and widen the spread to like 1 pip. Then you take profit, so your stop loss is 12 pips, your take profit is 12 pips. Boom. That happened in half an hour. Now we'll just do Euro GBP. So the next trade you're looking for is a 50-50 bounce. Let's get rid of this fucking TDI. So that's a W, that's where you take the W. Now the next trade, that isn't a 50-50 bounce, it didn't come and touch it. If it isn't perfect, I ain't touching it. Now, I'll give you an example of not being perfect. If this closing candle had a wick like that and finished there, say that 8 pips were a wick, I won't touch that, it ain't perfect. That's perfect. Now again, it needs to be, it comes down, 50-50 bounce. It needs to finish above the 13 EMA, it needs to finish below, finish above, it did. Finish below, finish above. On this candle where it finished above, the TDI was out of the market baseline. See it right there, it was out. Well, it might have printed on it, or it might have printed a bit above it. Because it can change the printing, I've seen it change. And that's when it finishes. And you got clear confirmation on this next candle that it did indeed finish above the market baseline. And that finished above the 13 EMA. So the candle opened right there. What pip candle is that? 14 pip candle. What's that like? It's like 18% of the ADR. 18%. It's not above 20. I'm looking for a 30% retracement. Did you get it? Yes, you did. Right there. You got it right there. The 50-50 bounce. It's right there. Now, from level 2 and 3. No, so let's just go over the stop loss on that. The stop loss. 50. So you'd have like so this 12 pips. 13.6 pips. Let's say 14 pips. You got that. You easily got that. Out. Out. Get out. Take your money and run. Now, the next trade you're looking for is a W, so you don't get a W on here anymore. And then you drop to the 15-minute chart. Did you get a W? Did you get a W? Let's have a look. No. No. No more trades to be taken. So, in that level, there were 2 trades to be taken in this full week on this pair. 2 trades, that's it. And that's fine. 2 trades on 1 pair. Fuck yeah. Right, let's get back to GU and EU. So, let's go back to G. So, I'll just keep going over it. You're not going to get it from one thing. So, got a peak formation here. W formation. Finished above the 13 EMA and finished below the 13 EMA. But you didn't get out of the volatility band. There were no out of the volatility band moves. If that went out of the volatility band, that would be perfect. No, it actually wouldn't be. If that were, but there's no trade. Even if you're expecting a peak fall, no trade. No out of the volatility band, no trade. Needs to go outside written in it, no trade. Finished above it. Now this is what happens when it doesn't do it perfectly. Finished above the 13 EMA. Finished below. Finished above. Then it finished below it again. No trade. It didn't finish outside it. Didn't finish. So what's the next move? Are you asking? So you're looking for the 50-50 bounce. I would not take this shit. It's between two strong EMAs that could just chop around. Like, yeah, it's easy enough to say, right, it banged the 50 EMA straight up. And did you get 30% retrace on this candle? Yes, you did. Right there. It's your entry. But there's no entry. Yeah, the TDI's above it. Yeah, it bounced off it. But there were two strong EMAs where it could have just flip-flopped around. For example. You see what I mean? Now it's easier to say, oh, I could have took that and got some money, yeah. Could you have done it here? No. Not perfect, don't take it. Now this is a different story. This is a beautiful 50 EMA bounce. So, above the 13 EMA. Came down to the 50, pin off it. Now that is what you want to see, a pin candle like that. Shift candle finished above the 13 EMA, outside of the TDI, market baseline, green lines above. Did you get a 30% pullback? That is the question here. You did. You got a 13% pullback right there. Now, you didn't get... It'd be hard to say, that's like 19-20%. So... The ADR would be 120, yeah, that's a 28 pip candle. That's more than 20%. Didn't see the 50% retrace, I would not take that. Yes, it went flying up. It was a fat candle. 30 pip candle there, that would have been above 20%. It didn't get the 50% retrace. Now, what you can do on a move like this is you can put 50% of your order there and 50% of your order there. So you could take a trade here, you just would put half your position that you normally would on. Stop loss is 22 pips, 23 pips. You easily got 23 pips. You could have left that to run. And why would have you? At the moment you was in a peak formation. And it did a 50-50 bounce. And both the EMAs crossed up. Now, where's the next trade on here? No trade here. No trade here. Now, here's a trade. Right, no trade. No trade, ain't perfect. That's a nice trade here, right here. Look, on the... Right, when they do a W off the Mayo in level 1, 2 off... In level 1 or 2, it's game over really, it's really game over. So, look, outside the band, finish above, finish below, finish above, shift candle. Now again, it's a 28 pip candle. You didn't get your discount, no entry. So what do you look for next? You look for the pullback. You got it. Finish below, finish above. You didn't get the discount. That's a big candle. I'd want a 50% discount on that. Didn't get the discount, there's no trade. Now, you could go into the 15-minute time frame and I guarantee there'll be a trade there. This is just the hour chart. Right, so no trade. No trade. No trade. Here. There's no trade up here also. There is a trade here. M, level 1. Retrace to the 50, finish above, finish below. Did you get the 1/3 pullback that you're looking for? Now, yeah, you can say you didn't, you did. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? I would fire my market order right there. If I were looking at that candle there, I would fire my market order. 20 pip stop, 20 pip take profit, you got it. Now, no trade here. You're looking for an M when you're going down. You're looking for an M. No trade here. There'd be trades on the 15-minute here. You also don't want to be taking a trade when 2 EMAs are flat like that. That's cause for concern. No trade, no trade. No trade. Even there's a W, you're looking for level 3, you're looking for a short. Why would you be looking for a long? You're not looking for a long, you're looking for a short. No trade. No trade. Look at peak formation here. Again. No trade. No trade. That's the thing about the hour chart, guys. You have to be careful. There's not a lot of trades, but when there is trade, it's game over. I like the 15-minute chart, quite honestly. Now, no trade, no trade, no trade, no trade. Oh, that's boring as fuck. So, actually, down here you would have been looking for a W, because you would have been in technically in level 2. So let's have a look. Yep, there's a trade there. Right, so there's a W here. You would have been wanting level 2. Right. So, did you get the 50% trade? Yes, you did. And you have to enter within 3 candles, guys. If you can't enter within 3 candles, the trades are gone. So that, a W, out the band, in the band, outside of the signal line, finished above, finished below, finished back above. That's the shift candle. This big pink candle, that's a beautiful candle. That's a shift candle. That's a nice shift candle. 50% retrace, 15 pip stop. There you go. You got it. Any other W's that are nice? No. And say, right, let's say you entered in here. Let's say you took this W out the band, in the band. There's no, that isn't actually, that isn't valid. I'll try and find a better one. No trade. Now here is where you'd get the reset right there when the 250 crosses. That's the catch up and the 50 on the 4 hour. So right, you'd identify. you wouldn't know until you're in level 1. So you're in level 1, you're looking for an M. Now that would have been a beautiful trade if that didn't finish below and finish above. See, out the band, finish below. In the band, outside, finish below, finished above, finish below. And the TDI wasn't down, so that isn't actually a nice trade. That's actually a very nice trade. So I've been talking about finishing below, then finishing back above the 13 EMA. This is called an advanced M. On the hour chart, you can only trade this, not on the 15-minute. It's where it doesn't finish below and finish back above the ketchup, but the TDI paints a perfect M. So if you see, TDI paints a perfect M, perfect M. The only entry here is on this candle. But quite honestly, there isn't a trade there now. I'm looking at it. It's not clean. If this candle here was a wick to the 50 MA, that'd be a trade. If it isn't, no trade. And no trades. Right, here's what I'm on about. So you're going out the band, finish below, in the band, finish above. So that you could say this is your shift candle. 50 pip shift candle. You'd be looking for a 50% pullback, and you got it. Yeah. You wasn't stopped out. But if it finishes below, finishes above, finishes below, as soon as it finishes above the 13 EMA, you kill it. You kill that bitch. You get out. No bullshit. Out. When that finished there, out. And you'd only lose 5 pips, and it'd be on light lots because you'd only risk a percentage, and you wouldn't have big lots because you'd have such a big stop. Your stop would be, 27 pips. You'd only have a few lots on, lose 4 or 5 pips. Now, where could you enter this again? You couldn't. There's no trade here. Now, this is a 50-50 bounce. Green candle, red candle. Now, I would like this. This would be a beautiful setup actually, if on this candle here it didn't finish above the 13 EMA, which it did. So I wouldn't take that. It's right here. No, I wouldn't take that. I would not take that as a short. Now you're looking for a long here, so as you can see, in that whole thing, there were probably only about 5 or 6 trades you could actually take on the hour chart. Now, the 15-minute chart's a different ball game, but this is the hour chart. I will do a video on the 15-minute setups as well, but the hour chart's the easiest to go over at the minute, because if you can't handle the hour chart, you won't handle the 15-minute chart. So let's have a look at Euro USD. Right. Oops. Right here. Outside the band. Finish above the 13 EMA. Finish below. Above the TDI line. Shift candle, finish above the 13 EMA. 16 pip candle. ADR probably around 70 down here. So that's above 20%. You're looking for a 50% retrace. You got it. Enter here. Stops 8 pips. You got 8 pips within the hour. I'd be out. I ain't asked about this move. I'm asked about that move. I'm asked about the probable move. Now, where's your next entry? Where's a 50-50 bounce here? There is none. You can see it. There is none. There's no perfect pin. When I mean perfect pin, let's have. I think your Aussie did one. Yeah, there. That's a perfect pin. That ain't. That's dirty. That's ugly. I would not take that. I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole, would I? Fuck. Now you're looking for longs. Remember, guys, you're in level 2. You're in level 2. You're looking for a long. It's quite a nice trade as well. Outside the band, finish above, finish below, above the TDI market baseline. That's your finish below. And that's your shift candle. Did you get a 50? Oh, I can already tell by looking at that candle you need a 50% retrace. Let's have a look if you got it. When I say 50%, I more go for the 45%. I shoot that bitch when it's at 45%. So where were we? Here? No? Here, right, here. So you got a 30% retrace. What candle is this? I wouldn't take that. I'd be looking for a 50% retrace on that candle. You didn't get it. So fucking what? It would have been above. Right now, that wouldn't be 20%. If that were now, I would take that. But in this zone here, I've said it before, it would have been like an 80 pip ADR. That's a 30 pip candle. You need 50% pullback, or I ain't taking that shit. Right, let's look for the next W. No. No. Only looking for W's here, guys. Only looking for W's. No. 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 Now you get to level 3 peak. Looking for an M. So no, there's no. It didn't do out the band in the band. Look, they didn't do out the band in the band, and the shift candle. They stopped the traders out who couldn't stick to the rules. So you're looking for a. On here, you'd be looking for the ID move. So you got to finish above the 13 EMA. You got a perfect pin to the 50 EMA. You got a nice 50. You got a beautiful 50% pullback there as well. Getting at the 50%. Now a 11 pip stop. Easily get 11 pips there. Out. Here's another one. I wouldn't take that shit. Quite honestly. It was below the TDI here. It wasn't below the TDI here, and there's two hammer candles. I would not take that. It's not perfect. I ain't touching it. Now, I would say this is a nice setup. Look, goes up, finishes outside, finishes below, shift candle. You get a 30% retrace on that. But I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole because of this candle right here. That candle is ugly. Plus, you're in drop level 2, you're looking for shorts. That's why it didn't work out nicely. It's ugly. And you're in drop level 2, there's no W to be taken. Only M's. Now, no trade here. Absolutely no trade. Right, here's a weird setup. So out of the volatility band, inside it, finish above, finish below, shift candle. That is a dirty shift candle. You're looking for a 50% retrace on it. Remember, can't enter if it's not within 3 candles. You missed it. If it's not 3 candles, don't enter. 1, 2, 3. I'd remove my pending. I'd stop looking at it. I ain't bothered about that shit. Now, here you could say, oh, you wouldn't have got stopped out, blah blah blah. How do you say that in you can say that when seeing what he did, but you can't say that when that candle was just there. And even if you did enter, you'd have to get out because it closed below the 13 EMA. That's the rule. You'd have to get out. Took a loss when you shouldn't have been in. The amount of times I've done that, guys, it's not worth it. Stick to the rules. You need a set of rules when trading. If you don't have rules, stop. Make a set of rules. You're just going to come and press buy or sell and you're going to hope. When I buy or sell, I don't hope. I just sit there and let it do what it does. Because I know I have a probable outcome. And if it doesn't work, fine. Next trade. Kill it, go. Next trade. Don't focus on one specific trade as well. Think in terms of blocks of trade. Like, oh, how many trades did I get right within 30 trades? Not, alright, I got 5 right. Oh, then I got 2 wrong. Oh, I want to dwell on it. No. How many trades did you get right out of 30 trades? Now, here we're looking for a peak formation reset. So you'd be looking for no trades here, guys. Absolutely zero. No trades, no W, no pull. On the 15-minute chart, there would be. I'm on about the hour. No trades, no trades. Then you come up to a peak. Looking for an M. So I didn't actually finish up. Scraped the volatility band. Nah, I won't touch that. That. See how it. When you were looking at that in real time, it would have finished above. I won't touch that. You didn't even get an entry anyway. I want to touch that bitch. Now. Right, so I'm going to demonstrate what a get out would be as well. So, right, you see the 30, you see the 50-50 bounce, you get 2 pins up. That's the finish outside it, that's the finish below it. You're looking for a 50% retrace on it. Within 3 candles. 1, 2, free. Finished above the 13 EMA. Finished above, finished below. Kill it as soon as it finished above. Eat. You see, oh, it dropped. I could have stayed and made a profit. Nah, you kill that bitch. You just kill it. You have to kill it. When it finished above the 13 and you wanted it to go down, you kill it. Now, I wouldn't even been. You wouldn't even been in that trade, to be honest with you. So that candle there finished above the 13 EMA. There would have been no trade. Right, looking for another M. No trade. Now, out the band, finish below, finish above, shift candle. No trade there, that you. You didn't even get the. Oh, you got the 30% retrace, but on a candle like that, you'd want a 50% retrace. Look, you got. Look, let's have a look. You'd have a 48 pip stop. Your take profit wouldn't have been hit. That is not a trade. Okay, that's it. If anyone wants a 15-minute candle video, I'll do a 15-minute candle video as well, just ask me. But it's the same premise on the 15-minute. You can't do advanced M's or W's though. So that would be how you trade this range. I'm not here for that move. I'm here for that move out. Because that's my strategy. I have rules and I stick to them. That's just the way it is. As a trader, you need to have rules and you need to stick to them. If you can't stick to them, that's probably lack of self-discipline in real life. You need to build discipline in real life. Because if you don't have discipline as a trader, you lose money. Trust me. Just trust me on that one. You'll make a good habit out of losing money if you lack discipline as a trader. You'll make a good habit out of losing money if you lack discipline. That's the realest thing ever. As soon as you build that discipline and get disciplined, you'll see it in your trading. So everyone have a good day. That's how I would trade both these pairs. There weren't even much trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 5, 6 pairs of trades on this one and 5 on the other. That's the hour chart though, guys. On the fifth, that'd be a totally different box of frogs. The 15-minute, you'll get a lot more trade setups. So yeah, have a nice day, and I hope you learned something.